We now go to the consent agenda. Any items may be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately if a member of the Board of Trustees so requests. These are items 5.1 through, I believe, 518. Trustee Baxter, you said there was something that you
Yes.
wanted to remove.
Thank you, President Otto. Yes, could you please remove 5.4?
Okay. 5.4 is removed. Any other things that trustees would like to have removed? Hearing none, 5.4 is removed. I'd entertain a motion to approve the remainder of the consent calendar.
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Zia moved it. Trustee Archuleta seconded it. Any discussion? If none, let's take a roll call vote.
I'm sorry, could you tell me who was the first and second? I was trying to pull the other item. and I
Trustee
couldn't-
Zia made the motion. Trustee Archuleta did the second, as I heard it.
Okay, Irma Archuleta?
Aye.
Virginia Baxter?
Aye.
Jeff Kellogg?
Aye.
Doug Otto?
Aye. Trustee Zia?
Trustee Zia?
Aye.
Okay. Carries unanimously. 5.4. What's this all about, Jenny? Come on.
President Otto, under 5.4, the first vote coming up is to award $200,000 to Long Beach City College Foundation, and I would like to abstain from that vote.
So move approve.
Approval is moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Archuleta. Trustee Kellogg made the motion. Any further discussion? Roll call vote on 5.4.
Oh, excuse me, it wasn't able to pull it out, so I'm going to do it manually.
Okay, we'll
So
take your time.
Irma Archuleta?
Aye.
Jenny Baxter?
Abstain?
Jeff Kellogg?
Aye.
Doug Otto?
Aye.
And Sunny Zia?
Aye.
Great. Passes 4-0 with an abstention. That concludes the consent calendar. We are on to 6.1, I believe. This is an action item. It's recommended that the Board of Trustees, the title of this action is Long Beach Community Colleges and the FT appointment to the Personnel Commission. It's recommended that the Board of Trustees accept the appointment of Mr. Udawak Joe Nutuk to the Personnel Commission. I believe he is now here. Would you please stand? Welcome. I can't congratulate you yet because we haven't voted, but we're about to, so look forward to it. Any discussion? Have a roll call vote, please. Wasn't there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Zia, seconded by,
Second.
Okay.
you guys are impetuous. Trustee Baxter. Any further discussion? Roll call vote.
Irma Archuleta?
Aye.
Virginia Baxter?
Aye.
Jeff Kellogg?
Aye.
Doug Otto?
Aye.
Sunny Zia?
Aye.
Carries unanimously. Welcome. Congratulations. Welcome to the Personnel Commission. See, you brought your family, and there's been debate up here about whether it was because they wanted to see where you were every night. And then they knew you were here tonight, at least. Congratulations. It's a great job for them. Thanks. 6.2, approval of the district and the CHI LBCC tentative agreement. I would entertain a motion
So moved.
by Trustee Zia, second by Trustee Archuleta. And the recommended action is that the Board of Trustees approve the tentative agreement dated December 11, 2015, reached between the district and the CHI LBCC regarding to 2015-16 reopeners, leaves and salaries contingent on ratification of the LBCC CHI agreement as submitted. Do we have a motion?
Yeah.
Any further discussion?
I have a comment.
Sure. Trustee Zia.
So it appears that we've reached an agreement with our part-time faculty on leave and salaries. I just want to praise our staff on a job well done. So good job. And also our LBCC negotiating team for working something out. So that's all I have.
Great, thanks. Any other comments? 7.1, modified courses.
Excuse me,
I'm
roll
sorry.
call.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Irma Archuleta.
Aye.
Virginia Baxter.
Aye.
Jeff Kellogg. Doug Otto.
Aye.
Sunny Zia.
Aye.
Okay, great. Thank you. Carries unanimously. Academic Senate, modified courses. I think we have a presentation by President of Academic Senate, Kara Kane.
No presentation, just bringing forward a series of courses that have gone through the curriculum process for modification.
Great. Any questions with regard to this? This is an action item.
Need a motion?
Entertain a motion by
Motion to approve?
Trustee Kellogg,
Second.
second by Trustee Archuleta. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Irma Archuleta. Virginia Baxter.
Aye.
Jeff Kellogg.
Aye.
Doug Otto.
Aye.
And Sunny Zia.
Aye.
Carries unanimously. 8.1, resolution regarding non-resident tuition fees for 2016-17. We're required to set these fees and to vote on them. This is an action item pursuant to Education Code 76140. We can set these fees. Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Archuleta.
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Baxter. Any discussion?
I just had one question.
Sure.
As far as the international students, do we have statistics on how many students we have that are non-residents and international students that are currently in the district, or how much this impacts us financially?
We do enroll non-resident as well as international students. I don't know if Anne Marie or Greg, you have that number off the top of your head, but
We currently have 137 international students.
Okay, all right, great.
Nice catch.
And that includes non-resident and students as well, or is that
international students are considered non-residents, but in addition to international, do we know how many non-resident?
no problem?
Okay.
I think the FTES that's generated from non-residents and international students is between 200 and 400 FTES per year.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? We have a motion on the floor. Can we have a roll call vote?
Irma Archuleta.
Aye.
Virginia Baxter.
Aye.
Jeff Kellogg.
Aye.
Doug Otto.
Aye.
Sunny Zia.
Aye.
Great. Passes unanimously. 8.2, a resolution amending the agreement with the California Department of Education for Child Care. This is also an action item. It's requested that the Board of Trustees adopt Resolution 012616B, authorizing the district to enter into the, I think it should be Amendment for Grant Agreement CN 93173.1 with the California Department of Education, as was submitted to us. Entertain a motion.
Motion to approve resolution.
Moved by Trustee Kellogg, seconded by Trustee Baxter. Any discussion? Hearing none, can we have a roll call vote?
Irma Archuleta.
Aye.
Virginia Baxter.
Aye.
Jeff Kellogg.
Aye.
Doug Otto.
Aye.
And Sunny Zia.
Aye.
Great, passes unanimously. 8.3, another resolution amending for the amended agreement with the California Department of Education regarding preschool programs. I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
It's moved by Trustee Zia, seconded by Trustee Archuleta. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Irma Archuleta.
Aye.
Virginia Baxter.
Aye.
Jeff Kellogg.
Aye.
Doug Otto.
Aye.
Sunny Zia.
Aye.
Carries unanimously. Our agenda item 9.1, report on activities designed to improve employee engagement and morale from the superintendent. President, I will I will turn it over to trustee. I'm going to sit back
Keep
here
going.
just a little bit.
Okay. Thank you, Board President Otto. The board asked earlier in the academic year if I could come back and give a summary of the various activities that are going on at the college to focus on employee engagement and to work on employee morale. I couldn't have asked for a better example of one of those programs than the presentation we saw earlier today in the LEAD Academy, and you've heard lots about the LEAD Academy. But in addition to that, we are continuing to work on a number of other opportunities as well to engage our faculty and staff. Some of these are routine to the daily activities of the college. Some of them are new. So, for example, we are continuing to expand the number of our employees, faculty and staff colleagues that we honor in our Outstanding Colleague and Service Pin Awards. Most recently, in this last year, we expanded the Service Pin Awards to our part-time faculty, who many of them have served this college for many, many years, but we had not, as a college, recognized them formally. So we heard that from the part-time faculty, and many of them have given us years and years and years of service, so we are now recognizing them. The newly tenured faculty reception continues to be a wonderful experience to not only welcome our newly tenured faculty to the ranks of tenured faculty, but to also celebrate with them their milestone. With the faculty internship program, we continue to try and nurture and identify future members of the faculty by taking on interns. Many of our faculty have taken on interns. I don't see Adrian here anymore, but I think Adrian had taken on one of our interns, so I want to thank our faculty for continuing to do that. We continue to have professional development opportunities extended as often as we possibly can, not only through our flex activities, but through a classified flex day. We have also had the opportunity to send faculty and staff to engage with other faculty and staff or other programs throughout the country. Most recently, this last January, Dr. Terry Long and Anne-Marie Gable and Dr. Peterson took a team from the math and computer sciences area, group of faculty, to Austin Community College in Texas, as well as the University of Texas at Austin, to get information about their accelerator. So we will continue to find opportunities such as those. We're going to be taking a team to Chicago to learn about the national work around academic pathways. So we're going to continue to find opportunities to engage directly with our faculty and staff and give them direct experience and expose them to a lot of these great practices happening throughout the nation. We continue to improve our new employee orientation program. I want to thank Mona, who was here a little while ago in HR. She has put together a fabulous orientation program for our new classified employees. I've had many opportunities to come speak to our new employees, so I want to thank her and the HR staff for that great work. One of the great opportunities we had to bring both faculty and staff together this last year was the Major Declaration Day. I know many of you participated. I saw many board members there. It brought together not only faculty and staff, but the various disciplines throughout campus, and really focused an activity on helping our students really think about the majors that they want to declare. So we're going to continue to have activities like that. I want to thank our Academic Senate President, our union presidents, as well as the executive team, the classified staff, for all they're doing to bring people together. If you haven't noticed, we've also been highlighting faculty success stories on our website and in print. Most recently, we highlighted our weather station and Professor Hatch. We're going to continue to do that and really highlight the great work our faculty are doing in the classroom. In addition, we're going to continue to highlight our students who are doing just a tremendous job. I can say that in addition to the recent White House PSA, we were contacted recently by the National College Promise campaign to highlight one of our students, one of our former graduates. So I can't say who that is at this point, but it was a former LBCC student. We may have two that we can highlight, and so they will be recognized nationally as being a College Promise student as part of the national campaign to foster more College Promise programs. So we're going to continue to highlight the best and the brightest here. We're also going to continue to have activities. We had our fall harvest luncheon at PCC, and thank you to Dr. Long and the other executive team members and the PCC faculty and staff for having a great event there. We had Halloween office decoration contest, so we will take every opportunity possible to bring people together. And then finally, we've taken advantage of our new culinary arts facility. We've had demonstrations there. We've been able to host faculty and staff there. And we invite everyone who has the opportunity to come and join in the camaraderie that's been created there at the new culinary arts facility. So that's just a brief synopsis of the many, many, many activities that are going on, and we hope to continue to have opportunities to highlight programs like the LEAD Academy, where you can see directly the impact that we're having on our faculty and staff, not only engaging them more, but giving them opportunities to really contribute to the health and well-being of the college. Be happy to take any questions.
Any questions on the dais? Hearing none, thank you very much for your update on that topic. We move on to the reports. First, 10.1, report by the Academic Senate President. Is there a report tonight?
Report. No report.
Great, thank you. And 10.2, Superintendent President, do you have a report beyond the report you just gave?
I just have a few topics. First of all, I want to remind everyone that we have the State of the College coming up here shortly. Everyone should have received an invitation. We welcome everyone to come by and hear about the great work that Long Beach City College is doing and the great success of our faculty, staff, and our students. I also have the pleasure of reporting that tomorrow, from here, I have to take a red eye so that I can be in Tennessee tomorrow to sit with Dr. Jill Biden, who wants to hear about the Long Beach College Promise and the work that we're doing here. She's holding a meeting of the National Advisory Board of the College Promise campaign, and so I will be enjoying the night on United Airlines so that I can talk about everything that we're doing here. And then I'm also excited to report that in March, and I don't have the date in front of me, but the second lady has, not the second lady, the first lady, Ms. Obama, has invited us to also come to one of her convenings that focuses on improving the opportunities for our youth to come do a presentation about the College Promise. To her convening. So we're very proud and excited to have these opportunities to continue to talk about the great work that's going on here at Long Beach City College. And then finally, since the question was brought up earlier, yes, the UC Regents are looking directly at improving transfer between community colleges and the University of California, and we are using the transfer model curriculum to focus on those majors. President Napolitano has already announced 9 majors, but in all, the UC faculty are working on 30 majors altogether at this point. So I do expect that we will have a very similar transfer program, and we will continue to push for it to be as seamless as possible for our students. And that's all I have.
Great, thank you. 10.3, Student Trustee.
If it's okay, President Otto, I'd like to give the AZ President's report as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so he mentioned something came up. So I'll be reading our AZ President's report right now. Dalziel Arambula, our AZ President. So his report today is basically new returning members of the ASB Cabinet have met with our advisor in order to discuss goals for the remainder of our term. The ASB grants are now posted within the Student Life page on the LBCC website. So if you guys don't know what the ASB grants, they're basically grants that are a little competitive. They're given out to clubs. They compete for those grants, and you can use them towards different programs, different things that those clubs want to do. So it's an awesome thing for students and their clubs here on campus. We encourage all faculty, staff, and students to apply. We encourage student applicants to apply for the Hispanic Association of Colleges and Universities internship program. The summer 2016 deadline is February 15th, and fall 2016 deadline is June 17th. The cabinet has also agreed to serve as a focus group for the LBCC Counseling Department on a student intake form to better serve our students. We will be having an ASB cabinet meeting this Friday in the Valhalla room to discuss issues regarding student engagement, and we'll be having our first meeting of the spring semester on February 19th at 8 a.m. Lastly, the cabinet looks forward to attending the State of the College event next Friday, February 5th, and we look forward to a successful semester. Thank you.
Now, that's the president's report. Now you're going to give the student trustee report?
Correct, yes. So hello everyone, my name's Alejandro Lomelli. I feel like it's the beginning of a new year. It's currently in winter intersession. So far, it's been great. I'm here on campus a lot. I'm taking 2 classes, one online, which is a little difficult at first. This is my first time taking an online class, so now I have that experience. Probably never again, but it's not my thing. I'm totally kidding. But I think it's great that we have so many opportunities for students here on campus, whether it's online classes and associate degrees for transfers, and we're not only meeting the minimum requirements, we're excelling in those requirements as well. So it's really amazing. I'm really excited because I'm an administration of justice major, so I'm really excited to get my ADT hopefully soon. So a lot of things that I want to cover today. I'll keep it simple. It's really awesome that we have professional development for faculty and staff. When I hear about conferences and overnight professional development for students, I get really excited. So it's awesome seeing excitement in our staff here as well. And those different departments can hopefully use everything they learn to implement it within those departments and help students in the long run. But it is about you guys as well. It's not only about students, it's about here our faculty and staff and different departments do a lot of things that students don't really know about. And from one student to all of you guys, it's really amazing that you guys are taking the initiative to do that. So it's awesome for Lead Academy, and hopefully that continues in the future. Also give a shout out to Pat McKean's journalism class in the back. I had the pleasure of speaking to them this week, so thank you guys for coming out today and spending your evenings here. Feel free to come out more often. Hopefully it's not your last meeting. But yeah, I'm just really excited for the semester to start. We start in a few weeks, and yeah, parking is gonna be terrible, so I'm excited.
For 2 weeks.
Great. Thank you. Board of Trustees reports. Trustee Zia.
I have no report, Trustee Otto.
Trustee Urchuleta.
Okay. Well, first of all, I also want to congratulate the Lead Academy on your outstanding job. And I hope this is just the first one of many more classes to come. And so it was just amazing how all of you mentioned the building of community, the collegiality. So that's what's important. So congratulations on a job well done, and let's continue it, and I hope for the best for this coming semester. I just want to make a comment regarding, or make comments regarding the communication report. A year ago, when I raised the question about the communications process and was appointed to serve on the ad hoc committee, I had no idea as to what the outcome would be. Hence, after a laborious year-long process, I am pleased that we now have adopted a communications report. However, what is most significant is the final product, which was shaped and transformed with the input of both internal and external constituents. I wish to thank Lou Ann Bynum and John Pope and their staff for their outstanding work and support. I also wish to give a big shout out to and special thanks to our board president, Doug Otto, for his leadership. But most especially, I want to thank everyone who shared their opinions, provided input, and helped to finalize this document, which should assist us in becoming more efficient and effective. Gracias. Thank you.
Trustee Baxter.
Yes, thank you, President Otto. I would like to give a special thanks to all the members of the college and community who donated to our Help the Homeless campaign. We have been blessed with many donations and have been able to help many students to ensure that they remain in class. And a special thanks to Sunny Zia, who spearheaded the fundraising portion, and we were able to raise in just a matter of weeks several $1,000s from the community. Plus, we received a grant from the Josephine Gumbiner Foundation. And with these funds, we've been able to help pay the first month's rent and deposit for a number of students. And so congratulations to Trustee Zia. Then these are the things that I've been doing since the last board meeting on December 8th. First of all, Happy New Year. On December 11th, I attended the Retiree Emeritus Holiday Luncheon. On the evening of the 11th, the Phi Kappa Theta Dinner. On December 15th, Betty Frazier Memorial Funeral. Betty was the wife of Bill Frazier, longtime coach, and they have established a scholarship in memory of both Bill and Betty. Then on December 16th, I attended the End to Giving meeting, at which I received a check for $5,000 for scholarships for veterans. And then on December 18th, the AFT Mixer at Cervello's, and thank you, AFT, for inviting me. On January 22nd, I attended also Pat McKean's class, and I would encourage any faculty members who would like to invite me to come to their class. I'm more than happy to do that. And it was a pleasure fielding questions from the students, and I learned a lot about what's on the mind of students, so I appreciate that. Yesterday, I attended the Lakewood State of the City luncheon. And then upcoming events on Monday night, February 1st, the Long Beach Century Club will be holding a dinner honoring student athletes and coaches from LBCC. Then on February 6th, which is a week from Saturday, 4th District Council member Daryl Supernaw will have a ceremony honoring Dr. Tom Clark at the Los Altos Mall at 2 o'clock. I think this is really a noteworthy celebration. Dr. Clark gave a number of years here on the College Board as well as the City Council, and I think he has an aggregate of 40 years of public, almost 50 years of public service. So it's a very well-deserved honor, and I would suggest that as many people as possible try to attend. So that's February 6th at 2 p.m. Then on February 26th, the Library Learning Resources Associates is having a program featuring prominent African-American Long Beach women. That's at 1 o'clock in the English Building. Then on February 28th, the Seniors Studies Associates is having a wine and olive oil pairing. I think that'll be interesting. And then on March 5th, the Child Development Associates is having their annual fundraiser at Tokyo Wako. And I want to salute Stacy Smith-Clark, who was highlighted in our newsletter for receiving the national recognition as an outstanding manager of the Child Development Center at the Pacific Coast campus. Well-deserved honor. Thank you.
Thanks. Great. Trustee Kellogg.
Thank you, President Otto. A few things. One, I did say thanks to the Elite Academy and the fact that Superintendent President Oakley mentioned about the State of the College luncheon coming up. Very successful. Hopefully everyone can attend. An important event in many ways. A year ago, when I made a presentation as the board president, at that time I turned to Trustee Otto. I talked to him beforehand about leading the communications ad hoc committee. And I think I even gave him a little bit of I said, be careful what you wish for when you're going to take this on, because it wasn't going to be an easy. And so my congratulations to his work and Trustee Archuleta's work for that document. I know it wasn't easy. There was a lot of complexities to it, but that really began at the State of the College event. So look forward to Superintendent President Oakley's comments, because many things there are really addressing the future. And as Lead Academy and others have been examples of what we do here, are very innovative. But what I just want to say briefly, there was 2 weeks ago, there was the Martin Luther King parade, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because it was interesting, because I heard the student trustee make a comment about thanking people. And the point is, you never know when you really are making an impact. Now, instructors, you're making impacts every day, and I think most people realize that on students' lives. But at that event, and it just hit me, and it was one of those moments where you sit there and go, gee, really? And at the very beginning of that parade, there was a few grand marshals, and one of the grand marshals was a family who actually, their son I went to school with. I actually competed against him in sports. And so I walked by and I introduced myself to them. And it was very interesting because I had not seen them for 40 years. And the mother, who was a wonderful person, she turned to me and she goes, Jeff, I can't believe how proud I am of you. Now, you can take that very personally, but I just remembered at that point in time about, what you do in your life really does matter if you really care for things. And there is no better place than working at a community college where people come to improve their lives through education. There is really no more noble type of concept to do things. And the impact you make, and I just heard it again with our student trustee making a comment. I heard it earlier with our presentations. And that was one of those moments that I was going back to our float, our truck, which everyone did a great job at the parade, and it's always fun to be involved with. But you don't realize what you can make a difference every day in the smallest of things. And I just remember going, wow, I hadn't seen her for so long. Now, I didn't ask her, what do you exactly mean by that? Because if you get a compliment, you just let it ride and walk away. Don't try to ask for details. But it was a very nice gesture, and it just reminded me of a lot of things you do and what we do here as a college, as an institution, and what we do individually. And so it really is, once again, a tremendous pride in what we do. And again, congratulations, Trustee Otto and Archuleta, for taking on that project, and look forward to the State of the College address and all sorts of things as we move forward. Thank you.
Great, thanks. I will be very brief. During the course of the deliberations and the working through of the communications study, one of the things we considered was whether we should live stream our meetings. We recommended that we not do that. That's now passed. But during that discussion, it came up as to how many times and when is this board meeting, any board meeting, Board of Trustees meeting, broadcast? And I have the answer to that question, and that is, as soon as it's available, which is, I think, within 72 hours, it is broadcast once a day on 3 separate channels every day until the next board meeting. So I think that's approximately 25 times a month on 3 channels. And by the way, it's available virtually instantaneously on YouTube. So you can go to YouTube and get it as well. So people had asked that question, and I was able to get that information. So there's that. I'm off to the Community College League of California meeting in Sacramento starting on Friday, and it's also the legislative conference, which means that on Monday I will spend the day with President Oakley visiting legislators and selling community colleges and what we do and trying to promote legislation that we are interested in. It's time off of work, but it's time well spent. Finally, I would just say, this has been a great meeting. If somebody, I didn't make a bet on when we were going to finish, but it's 10 minutes after 7. We haven't seen that in a long time.
It's not over yet, Doug.
But I'm looking at the next agenda item. Well, anyway, I think we're going to have one of our shortest meetings in recent memory. But to hear the things that we heard tonight, not only with the LEAD Academy and what they're saying, but with the transfer degree programs, with how hard everybody's working to figure out how to make our students successful. It's inspiring. It makes you want to come back and do it again. And so I think it's just been a terrific meeting. So with that, we go to 10.5, which is trustee committees. I don't think there are any reports. So we move to 11.1. These are the reports from the bargaining associations. A total of 5 minutes will be allocated to each bargaining unit. And our first opportunity is provided to the AFT bargaining president. Is the president here?
I don't see.
I don't see either.
Mr. Hamilton.
11.2, the CHI bargaining president. Is she here?
She let me know she was unable to attend tonight. She had a family commitment.
Okay, great. And 11.3, the CCA bargaining president, I know she was here earlier, but she's gone. I'm going to take their absence as a cacophony of silence that we're doing a great job and they don't have any questions or issues. And so that's great. Future reports, 12.1, this is the opportunity for board members to request reports for future board actions.
Trustee Otto, before you move on, I just want, I've gotten several requests to move up, the last agenda items being our employee groups. If it's possible, I'd like to make a request that we move those updates up a little bit more, so we're mindful of folks' time, and some of them have childcare. Just a suggestion, I hope you consider it, and we can move them up sooner than the end of the agenda.
Great. Thanks. We'll certainly consider that. Public comments on non-agenda items. I don't think we had any cards turned in. Don't they like us anymore? Or they don't, maybe they don't dislike us anymore. There is no reason to go to a second closed session as a result, and therefore we are adjourned. Item 15.1. Our next meeting will be on February 23rd at the Liberal Arts Campus in this room. Closed session at 4 o'clock. Open session at 5 o'clock. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. We're adjourned.